Coming up on Mountain News this morning, people in West Virginia and here in Kentucky continue to show of love and support for loved ones of Sgt Corey Maynard. And we hear from the family of Louisville Metro Police Officer Nicholas Wilt, who was critically injured during a mass shooting at a bank.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning, I'm Olivia Calfee. We're coming up on 5 a.m. on this Monday morning. Let's check in with Brandon Robinson for a look at your forecast this morning. Now, Brandon, on my way into work this morning, I did see some patchy fog. I don't know if that's everywhere across the region, but we're seeing it in Hazard for sure.
Same way on my drive in. I come from Western Ledger County. So, yeah, it's everywhere we come from. Again, we'll be seeing some fog this morning, but other places in the region may not be seeing as much. But watch out for it out there this morning. Let's go to Buffalo Mountain. You can see it down in the valley there from our transmitter. You can see it basically all as far as the eye can see back off that way. But it is a mild start to the morning once again. Got a couple more warmer days on tap before things start to get just a touch cooler. We see temperatures out there this morning. I mean, about the 50s and 60s. Some places a little closer to 70 this morning. Monticello, Jackson, upper 60s there. Most folks low to mid 60s. For Hazard's at 59. Clint was at 57. So milder out there than it has been. Your out the door forecast is going to feature temperatures that will go up into the mid 80s today. But again, start mild this morning. Just watch out for some patchy fog. You could see a spotty shower or storm a little bit later on, so watch out for that as well. Olivia?
Thank you, Brandon. People in Mingo County, West Virginia, continue to send love and prayers to Sgt Corey Maynard's loved ones after he was shot and killed in the line of duty on Friday. A small bed of flowers now lays in front of Williamson State Police Detachment in honor of him, and members of the community are reflecting on what the fallen officer means to them. Cecilia Staton says she and her church prayed for Sgt Maynard and his family during their Sunday service.
It's hard to not have a heavy heart, knowing that his family is suffering. He has children that are suffering.
Sgt Maynard leaves behind his wife and 2 children who are 9 and 13. A GoFundMe page has been set up to help his family. If you would like to donate, we have a link on our website. On Saturday, Governor Andy Beshear tweeted out his condolences for everyone impacted by Maynard's death, saying, quote, "I was heartbroken to hear that West Virginia State Police Sergeant Corey Maynard was tragically killed last night while protecting his community. He was a hero who sacrificed everything to make our community safer." Sgt Maynard was from Pike County here in Kentucky, and his loss is felt by so many. I ask all of the Commonwealth to join Brittany and me in praying for his family, fellow law enforcement officers, and all of West Virginia. End quote. It was one of Louisville's greatest tragedies, a mass shooting at Old National Bank. 5 people lost their lives and several others were injured, including LMPD officer Nicholas Wilt. But from the horror, a story of inspiration as an injured officer shows the world what he's made of. Wilt was shot in the head on April 10th. He spent weeks recovering at University Hospital before being transferred to a rehab facility. In an interview with our Louisville sister station Wave, members of Wilt's family talked about how proud they are of him.
There's all kinds of things he could have done. He could have been a pharmacist and hid behind a desk the rest of his life somewhere, and I wouldn't have had to worry, but you just never know anymore nowadays anyway. So I'm glad he was doing what he wanted to do, and that gives me a lot of satisfaction.
Wilt's family says he's had serious ups and downs since he was shot, but he can now communicate and even get on a treadmill. They say they are starting to see his personality peek through. There's a massive show of support for an officer lost in the line of duty. The 6th annual golf scramble for LMPD's Nick Rodman was held during the weekend. In 2017, Rodman responded to a shots fired call and ended up getting shot into the chase with a suspect. At some point, they crashed into Rodman's cruiser. He died in the hospital. Ever since his death, the annual Nick Rodman Memorial Golf Scramble has raised money for LMPD's Wellness Center and their Officer in Distress Fund. And this year's crowd was the biggest ever. Rodman's wife talked about how they see his loved ones continue to use his legacy to help other officers who are struggling.
It's been very hard. I mean, it's been 6 years. It's still really hard, but there's really nothing we can do about it. We got to find ways to keep moving forward in life it's just really a blessing to see. Like I said, it's very bittersweet. It's sad, but to see all these people come together, it's just kind of a beautiful thing.
The Nick Rodman Foundation has already raised $50,000 this year, and that's not even counting this year's scramble. And we've also seen a large show of support from people across the Commonwealth for the family of fallen Scott County Deputy Caleb Conley. Now, a business in his hometown of Cynthiana is working to pay tribute to Deputy Conley. Assistant Chief Robert Peake's wife owns the Next Chapter bookstore, and together they are working on a gift for his family. A book full of memories about the father, husband, and friend. A reminder of the positive impact he had on those who knew him.
Once we get it complete and everyone's had an opportunity to share their thoughts and their feelings, and it'll be something private and something that his family will hold on to and cherish for many years to come.
And the book isn't only for Deputy Conley's brothers and sisters in blue. Anyone is welcome to come into the store and write an entry about him and the hero he was. Thanks for getting your day started with us here on Mountain News this morning. Coming up, a Kentucky woman details her terrifying spring break experience involving a rip current pulling her away from the shore.
And the heat continues to start the new week, but some relief is on the way. I'll have the latest from Upper Nets.